My name is Rebecca. I am in my early 30s and I am a novelist. I live with my two elementary school daughters and my husband James, a copywriter and the same age as me. Recently, I'm suffering from my mother-in-law's behavior. She's from a good and rich family and married to a man who is a director of a company. Since she has been spoiled ever since she was born and has done whatever she wanted, she is a nuisance who ranks and one-up everyone around her based on their family background and money, including our family, my parents, and her daughter's family who left her house to marry into her husband's family. And recently, she even started doing this. Rebecca, where do you keep the new body soap? The last one I used was so nice and my skin got smooth, so I want the same one for mine. Bianca, you came to our home again without permission? You and James are both at work today, and Annie and Rachel are away on a school trip, right? I've come to protect your house for you guys. As a thank you gift, I'll take some body soap. You should be thankful. I don't charge you in cash. A home guard? Please stop making jokes. Also, that's our house, so don't take her stuff without permission. I mean, how many times have I told you not to go into her house without permission? This is not only your house, right? It's also James' house, so it's natural for me, his mother, to go in and out. I mean, he gave me a duplicate key, so it's fine. He's warned you many times, hasn't he? He told you that the next time you enter the house without permission, he would confiscate it, right? Oh, really? You always mess up her house and it's really bothering me. Who do you think cleans up after you leave each and every time? When we go on vacation or leave the house for a long period, it's so hard for me to clean it up when I get back. Please don't do anything more to mess the house. Also, this tea and sweets look so good. I'll take some home for my husband. Hey, are you listening to me? I'm listening. You know, Bianca, do you really know what you're doing? Even though you are his mother, it's not right for you to come in without permission when he refuses to let you in. This is trespassing. In other words, it's a crime. Do you understand? You're overreacting. Don't you realize that you're narrow-minded? Oh God, of course you're a wife from a poor family. That has nothing to do with this. You've been so selfish with me with your money and the power from your family, and now you go in without permission and take things from other people's homes? Again, do you understand that this is a crime? Look, I may be your in-law, but I'm still a mother. Don't be stingy. Don't call it a crime. Oh God, I'm so frustrated because you don't understand. Why did James even let this unintelligent, poor girl get into our family? What's that? Now you're frustrated? I'm the one who's frustrated because you don't understand. Shut up, seriously, a poor girl. What? Stop complaining if you're not home right now. I'm the one who's home for the four of you who aren't home. I'm doing my job to protect the house. Do you understand? I'm doing my job. Before you complain, you should pay me. I welcomed a woman like you into my family. Give me a break. You're only supported by your husband and you have never worked in this real world. Don't be so selfish with your parents and your husband's family background and money. Get out now. And you'd better clean up your mess too. Okay, you want me to leave, huh? You're so hopeless, you don't understand. This is why I hate poor people who grew up with a single parent. Recently, when I am away from home on vacation or for leisure, Bianca has started to come and occupy my apartment and use it as a vacation home. No matter how strictly she is warned by her son, she doesn't listen to him, and no matter how much we complain to her husband, he spoils her. Even when I changed the key and made sure the door was locked tightly, she would call a locksmith to open the door for some random reason like, I lost a key. A few days later, she heard a story about my husband and me and made an outrageous demand.
Rebecca, I heard you are going abroad. You're a poor, unsuccessful novelist who depends on James and our money. Do you understand your position?
Huh? What is it this time? I don't have any plans to go abroad now.
There's no point in lying. I heard you built a villa abroad.
Oh, right, but that was a long time ago. I don't go there often, but there is one overseas.
You've really pushed yourself too hard, haven't you? I can't believe you have a villa abroad. It sounds like you're showing it off.
I'm telling you, I didn't build it. I inherited it from my father who passed away.
But I'm sure you still have to pay for the upkeep, right? Or is it in a very inexpensive minor country? Or maybe you inherited a shack in the middle of nowhere in a developing country. That would suit you though, wouldn't it?
No, it's located in Cancun, Mexico.
Cancun? You want to lie and show off that much?
I told you I didn't build it. It was built by my father and mother with money they had saved up for years to make a beautiful memory once a year.
Well, whatever, if you say so. Cancun. I've never been to Cancun because I go to other countries. I've always wanted to go there at least once if possible, and we have a fair amount of money, so I can work it out with my husband. But when it comes to traveling abroad, there's a lot of trouble, you know.
Well, yeah, it's true you need a passport and exchange money.
So, the next time you go abroad, will you let me and my husband come with you?
What?
I heard from James that you are planning to go during the summer vacation starting in 2 weeks. Then it's perfect timing. I'll come along for the ride.
No, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't. We're planning to relax as a family. Besides, we've already booked our flights, so we can't add tickets now.
Huh, what's that? You have the money to buy a villa, but you can't even invite your in-laws? A few extra people staying over is no big deal. You really are stingy.
Don't tell me you're coming too.
Of course, otherwise what's the point of going to Cancun?
I'm sorry, but the villa is not very spacious. It would be difficult for 2 families to stay there.
You and James and the others could book a hotel.
Why would it turn out like that? I could understand if you guys are booking a room.
I'm saying then there's no point going to Cancun. Do you understand English? Should I explain from 1 to 10?
I told you we all can't stay there.
This is your chance to show your in-laws the beautiful ocean of Cancun and be a good daughter-in-law. But you want to keep it all to yourselves. A poor woman from a poor family can't think like that.
Bianca, can't you see I'm really telling you to stop?
I'll help you pay for a plane ticket, so do something with James.
I mean, the size of the house won't change, you know?
I'm the one who came up with the idea and you're denying it, even though you're a lower-ranked wife. Who do you think you are to waste my precious time like you did the other day with the home guard?
You came to our house without permission and you were just angry by yourself the other day. I'm telling you, I can't stay with you no matter what you say. If you insist, I guess the only way is to have separate hotels and flights and meet up there.
This is really why I don't like wives from poor families. Listen, if you don't have money, don't buy a villa. If you can't afford to buy it, at least invite people over. If you can't even invite your parents-in-law, it's a waste of money to have it.
Huh?
Are you being dumb? It's just a common sense. If you can't even do such a thing, you're so unsightly.
You say this, I say that. It's completely out of the question. Anyway, for once, I'd like to spend some quality time with my family, so please stop double booking. Well then, I have some chores to do, so if you'll excuse me now. Bianca's attitude made me feel tired, and tired for no reason. Furthermore, one day just before the trip, I received a message from her.
Rebecca, good afternoon. Or good evening. Oops, there's a time difference between Cancun and California. I forgot.
Huh? What? What's wrong? And what do you mean by time difference?
Where do you think I am right now?
How would I know?
Fine, I will tell you. I just arrived in Cancun. I just saw the ocean from the plane. It was beautiful. My husband looks like he's having a great time.
I can't believe you guys are actually coming to Cancun. How many days are you staying? Our schedule might clash with yours.
We haven't decided on how many days, but it's possible that our stay will clash.
Oh.
Well, it's really nice view of the ocean, and I'm sure it's going to be fun. And to be honest, I'm surprised. Even though it's a shabby villa, it looks pretty new and nice, doesn't it? It even has a pool. I thought it would be a shabby shack since it came for a poor family, but surprisingly, you did a good job.
Huh? A swimming pool? A villa? No way.
It's your villa.
What?
When I asked the neighbors that we were visiting as relatives, they told us. People over here are so friendly.
Wait a minute, how in the world could it happen? We are supposed to go to the villa the day after tomorrow.
I know, I'm saying I'll stay here in the meantime.
I didn't give you permission or invite you to use it.
You're not very nice, so I managed myself. I guess a nice house is for upper-class people like us. You don't deserve a villa, even if it's a shabby one.
I'm not talking about shabby or appropriate. You didn't come all the way to Cancun a few days before us just for that, did you?
Of course I did, because I am your mother-in-law. What belongs to you belongs to us. What's wrong with me using it? Besides, the house would cry if you have a villa like this and you don't use it.
It has nothing to do with you. I won't say anything bad, so leave now.
I'm already in here. By the way, the place is really too good for you. Just because you have a villa, do you think you got out of poverty and became a great person? You even got carried away and told me to go home. You should know who you are.
Wow, you really went in there. No matter how much you say, this is another trespassing.
What are you talking about? You invited me in, so I didn't break any laws. Besides, there's no one here, so it doesn't matter.
I didn't invite you. I won't say any more, so get out now.
It's too late. I've already put all my stuff in the house. This villa belongs to me and your father-in-law as of today. I've taken your stuff outside, so please come and collect them soon.
What? You took the stuff out too? All of them? Why did you do that?
Why would I do that? It's because they were in my way. It would ruin the villa if some poor person's poor belongings were left there. I threw them into the yard.
Oh my God.
Now you understand. Once I decide to do something, I do it.
Look, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not our villa.
Huh?
I said it's not our villa. That's the villa of your daughter, Kate, and her family.
Kate's villa? What are you talking about?
I'm just telling you the truth. James and his sister Kate are very close, and we were also close as a family. So when her husband Harry decided to buy a villa to enjoy Cancun with their children, he chose a place close to ours and built it. Our villa doesn't have a pool. Here, this is ours.
Wait, huh? Wait a minute, I don't see what you're talking about.
Oh my god, you really broke in. And on top of that, you took their stuff without permission, throwing them into the yard? Hey, Harry is a lawyer, right? I heard that your daughter got fed up with you and left the house to marry him. If they found out you trespassed, well, they would sue you 100%.
I really don't know what you're talking about. What the hell?
You should have asked the neighbors for more details.
Hey, what have you done? I threw all of her stuff out in the yard.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I know it was just a misunderstanding, but you threw away your own daughter and her family's belongings because they were in the way?
No way. You tricked me. You intentionally made me go into this villa to frame me and my husband for the crime.
How paranoid are you? There's nothing to trick you. Whatever the situation is, Bianca, you did it on your own, just like you trespassed in our house. You stole things from your own son's family without permission. You threw away your own daughter's belongings because they were in the way. How can I be a good girl if you're like this?
Tell me the address of the real villa right now. Where is it?
Wow, you're scary.
If you don't tell me, I'll ask James.
He's tired of your trespassing and doing whatever you want, so there's no way he'll tell you.
Hey, tell me this is not true. I'm suddenly scared and couldn't even tell my husband.
Oops, you're in trouble. Anyway, why are you so obsessed with harassing me?
It's because you don't behave well. Don't talk nonsense to me if you were born in a poor family. You are just a poor lady who has no choice but to be fed up by James and our noble family.
I'm being fed? I didn't tell you my annual income, did I?
I heard it from him.
Then I think you heard only his income. Our incomes are about the same.
Huh? Rebecca, you don't work. How are you earning money when you're unemployed and stuck at home all the time?
I'm a novelist. I can work from anywhere with just one computer, so I work from home. We're both working in different places and different environments. I have been telling you this for a while now, but you don't listen to anything that's inconvenient for you. You've assumed that I'm unemployed, but I'm working, you know.
Seriously? Then it's twice as what I heard.
I guess so.
Oh no.
Since you're there in Cancun, why don't you enjoy at that villa just like you did before instead of worrying about us? Well, the police might come before you relax though. I've already contacted your daughter and her husband from my side.
Don't be silly. Do something. Help me. There must be some way. Help me, Rebecca.
Now you're a real criminal, aren't you? There's nothing I can do. I feel sorry for you. After that, I heard that Bianca left her husband and tried to run away alone. However, she was too late to run away because she had brought her belongings to the villa with the intention of turning it into a complete villa. In addition, he found her trying to run away and she dropped her phone and he saw the screen. There was a conversation between her and me, so it became a big problem, and the local residents heard the commotion and saw the stuff dumped in front of the villa. They called the police and they were caught red-handed on suspicion of trespassing. Of course, Kate and Harry were furious about this. She told her parents that she would break off the relationship, and she filed a claim for a large sum of money for damages. After that, although they managed to return back to their town, This incident became a rumor in the neighborhood, and because of this, they were not on good terms and they had to pay for the damages and go through a very horrible summer in the court. We, on the other hand, enjoyed our vacation in Cancun and are living peacefully.
Mom, I just spent hours cooking your favorite dishes, mashed potatoes and grilled ribs, with your special recipe. I'm hoping to bring them to you and see a smile on your face. Why are you so incredibly stubborn? Do you honestly believe that a few measly dishes can change everything? Don't be so naive. I'll just throw them in the trash like I've thrown away your efforts before. But this is what you always said you wanted to eat during your hospital days. I woke up early this morning just to prepare these dishes for you, Mom. I did it because I want to make you happy, even if it's just for a moment. If you truly cared about my happiness, you would do as I say. Divorce my son immediately. I can't believe this, Mom. What happened to you? Everything was perfectly fine just a week ago. Do you remember when you were in the hospital? You told me how lucky you felt to have me as your daughter-in-law. I said that because I needed someone to take care of me without bothering my son. You know it well I had a stroke, and you spent a whole month tending to me in that hospital. With only one son, I couldn't burden him and certainly couldn't afford to hire help. So I pretended to like you just to exploit your care until I recovered. But now that I'm healthy again, I have no use for you. Divorce my son and take your daughter away from my family. I'll give you $200,000 to find a new place to live. No, Mom. Is there something you're hiding from me? Is that why you're behaving like this? This isn't the mother-in-law I've known and loved. Remember all those times you showered me with affection and care? You bought me delicious food and beautiful clothes. And on the day Lily was born, it was you who supported and looked after us, allowing me to rest. I refuse to believe that you hate me. I've made myself clear, yet you still don't understand? I only pretended to love and appreciate you because I needed someone to take care of me until I got better. You were a convenient means to an end, a way to ensure my well-being without inconveniencing my son. But now I don't need you anymore. You're nothing but a burden, and your presence angers and disgusts me. How can you say such cruel things, Mom? If there's something about me that you dislike, just tell me. I'm willing to change. Can't you see how much I love you and consider you my real mother? Ever since I was abandoned by my own mother and left at that orphanage at the tender age of 3, I've never known the love of a true family. It wasn't until I met Paul and became part of your family that I finally experienced what it means to be loved by a mother. I won't divorce Paul over some absurd reason like you not liking me. I won't let go of the only family I have. Do you honestly believe that I treated you well because I actually liked you? It was only because you were pregnant with my grandson that I pretended to be nice to you. I thought having a grandson would change things. But truthfully, I never liked you at all. And let's face it, your background is utterly disdainful. I seriously suspect you manipulated my son into marrying you just to get into this house. No, Mom, that's not true. I truly love Paul. From the moment I found out I was pregnant, I never forced Paul to marry me. I made it clear that I could raise and take care of the baby on my own. It was actually you who said you wanted me to be your daughter-in-law. Why are you suddenly changing your tune and treating me so differently? You're testing my patience. You need to divorce Paul immediately for my sake. This home is no longer a place for you and your daughter. You're just a useless, weak daughter-in-law. But this is all so sudden for me. Have you forgotten how much I love you? Do you remember 3 months ago when you had a stroke and had to be hospitalized for over a month? It was me who resigned from my job to be by your side day and night. I changed diapers, fed you porridge, and even accompanied you to physical therapy. Wasn't our love still strong then? Are you saying that you treated me well because you wanted someone to take care of you for free? Then why did you push my hand away when I tried to change your diaper? Why did you insist on doing it yourself? Can you see how absurd this all is? Oh, now you're sitting here trying to take credit for everything? Do you want more money to divorce my son? Fine. I'll give you $200,000 and the house I'm living in. That's all I managed to save my entire life. Of course, I'll still ask Paul to provide monthly child support. So please understand that it's time for you to leave my house. No, Mom. I never wanted your money. I just hope you won't force me to divorce Paul. I don't want to lose a mother again. I've already experienced abandonment once, and I don't want to go through it again. Mom, maybe it's the side effects of your medication that are making you irritable. But you don't really mean to chase me away, do you? Enough with your manipulative words, Wendy. I've had it with your presence in this house. I never loved you, and I never will. You're nothing more than a burden, a stain on our family. Mom, I can't believe you're still insisting on this. Divorcing Paul is not the solution. We can work through whatever issues you have, but tearing family apart is not the answer. I don't want to hear your excuses or pleas, Wendy. I've made up my mind. Divorce my son and leave our lives for good. You're not welcome here anymore. But what about the love we shared, the moments we cherished together? Is all of that meaningless to you now? I've always considered you my family, my mother. How can you turn your back on me like this? You were never truly part of this family, Wendy. I tolerated you out of necessity, but I never loved you. It's time for you to face the truth. Divorce my son and leave before I take further action. This is so hard for me to comprehend, Mom. I thought we had a connection, a bond that went beyond blood. I've given my heart and soul to this family, to you and Paul. How can you discard that so easily? Mom, I'm going to pretend that today's conversation didn't happen and assume you're under the influence of drugs or something to behave this way. I cannot and will not comply with your unreasonable request. Your sentimental words mean nothing to me, Wendy. Just do as I say and leave. This is the end of our relationship. Mommy, Sandra, your neighbor just texted me and said you fell down the stairs yesterday. Mom, why didn't you text me when you fell? Are you in the hospital or at home so I can take care of you right now? What? Why is Sandra contacting you? Since the day you got sick, I've been worried. But since you don't want to live with us, I have no choice but to ask Sandra to keep an eye on you. And if you have any problems, tell me immediately. Fortunately, Sandra agreed to help. So that's why Sandra has been frequenting my house lately? Is she spying on me for you? How dare you invade my privacy like this? Mom, it's not about spying on you. It's about my genuine concern for your well-being. But since you shut me out and locked the door, I had no other option. Please, Mom, tell me how you're doing. Where are you? Let me take care of you. I don't need you to come here. I have my new daughter-in-law to take care of me now. Oh, she's so much better than you. It's a shame she wasn't my daughter-in-law from the start. Mom, new daughter-in-law? What are you talking about? Oh, didn't I mention it? Paul has agreed to divorce you. He's found someone else, and I fully support him. This girl is carrying my grandson, and I prefer her over you. Isn't that reason enough for you to believe me? What? So you're telling me Paul is having an affair, and not only are you aware of it, but you also condone his actions? How could this happen? Why not? My son did nothing wrong. He was just seeking his own happiness. I've been telling you all along. You should have divorced Paul before discovering this painful truth. So that's why Paul has been distant and sleeping on the sofa at night? I thought it was just work stress. I had no idea he was betraying our marriage. Stop avoiding the truth. Accept the divorce, take the money, and stay away from my family. I'm about to become a grandmother, and I won't let you ruin this for me. I'll make sure the new daughter-in-law receives the respect she deserves. No, Mom. I won't accept this without hearing it directly from Paul's own mouth. Even if he has betrayed me, I'm still your daughter-in-law for now. I have a duty to care for you. So please, tell me which hospital you're in. What is wrong with you? Why are you so stubborn, clinging to me when I clearly want nothing to do with you? You don't owe me anything. Despite your pitiful past, must you cling to me like a burden? Do you have some kind of mental illness? Actually, I do owe you my life. Do you remember 15 years ago when you risked everything to save a little girl in a pink dress clutching a bunny bear? In the process of saving that girl, you got hit by a car and injured your left shoulder. How do you know that? Did I ever tell you this story? Or did Paul mention it? I never disclosed the details to anyone. Because I am that girl. The day you saved me, I was with a family who was considering adopting me and a supervisor. But as we crossed the street to enter a cafe, they left me behind, abandoning me without a second thought. Being young and oblivious, I chased after them, unaware that the traffic light was about to change. Just as I was about to step onto the road, you pushed me out of harm's way. When I turned around, I saw you lying on the ground, injured by the car. You saved me from a devastating car accident, and I will never forget the love and sacrifice you showed me. What? Is this true? How is it even possible? If you already knew the truth, why didn't you tell me for the past 4 years? Actually, I only discovered this a few months ago when I was giving you a bath at the hospital. I noticed the scar on your left arm from the accident, and I found the same clothes as the woman in the accident among your old belongings when I was cleaning your house. Out of curiosity, I asked Paul, and he confirmed the story with the same time and place. The world must be playing some cruel game. But wait, you mentioned a family interested in adopting you that day. So why did you end up in an orphanage, enduring years of loneliness? After the incident, they believed I was an omen of bad luck, a bringer of misfortune. They refused to adopt me, and the rumor spread. From then on, no family wanted to adopt me. It's difficult to comprehend. How can people harbor such irrational thoughts? Nevertheless, I'm grateful that the little girl I saved grew up to be kind and respectful. Mom, do you realize that you've been acting strange lately? Just a while ago, you were cursing and insulting me, and suddenly you turned into the gentle, loving mother you used to be. I am simply relieved that I didn't save the wrong person. But don't mistake my relief for affection. My stance remains unwavering. You must divorce my son immediately. Fine, I will take your demand into consideration. But until then, I will continue taking care of you as your daughter-in-law. I am indebted to you for saving my life, and I won't abandon you when you need support. There are no feelings of love involved, just gratitude. Is that clear? I don't require your gratitude or anything else. Just stay away from me. If you expect me to divorce Paul, then you must allow me to care for you during this time. I won't be ungrateful and forsake my savior in her time of need. Ugh, you are incredibly stubborn. Fine, I will share my location with you. But once I've recovered, you will divorce Paul, and I never want to see you again. Why didn't you inform me about your illness? Is that why you were trying to separate us? What are you talking about? Illness? What's wrong with you? I'm perfectly healthy. Stop hiding it from me. I already know the truth. You didn't have to act like nothing was happening. No what? Are you referring to the incident where I fell down the stairs? It's been a while and I'm fine. Besides, it wasn't a serious injury, so there's no need for concern, right? No, Mom. I'm talking about your high risk of hemiplegia and early signs of Alzheimer's. What's all this about? What are you trying to say? Today, when I went to the hospital to retrieve an item I had left behind during my previous visit, I bumped into the doctor who treated you when you had a stroke. He gave me a notebook you had forgotten. Accidentally, I dropped it and read its contents. It's a notebook where you record all your important information, characteristics, and relationships, including mine, Paul's, and my daughter's. It seemed strange to me, so I asked the doctor about it. He informed me that you were showing early signs of Alzheimer's, and the notebook is meant to help you remember your loved ones. I don't understand what you're talking about. Just because I keep a notebook to jot down some information doesn't mean I have Alzheimer's? Don't believe him, he's talking nonsense. Mom, I have seen your medical records. It also mentions the high possibility of you experiencing hemiplegia. The doctor informed you about this a few weeks ago. Is this the reason you pushed me away? Why would I hide such information from you? I made it clear that I wanted you out of the house so I could marry my new daughter-in-law. Why are you still deceiving yourself? I'm perfectly healthy. I don't have any diseases. Are you making up stories? You keep mentioning your new daughter-in-law, but I never saw any woman during the time I was taking care of you. Did you mention she intentionally pushed me into desperation and forced me to divorce Paul? And is she truly pregnant with Paul's daughter? Yes, it's true that she's pregnant with Paul's daughter, which is why she couldn't come and take care of me as often. I knew it all along. So you've been intentionally lying to me? Mom, just admit it. Admit that you fabricated everything to push me away for some reason. What nonsense are you talking about? Did I say something wrong? Last time you told me that Paul's mistress was pregnant with a boy. But just now when I asked if it was a girl, you admitted it. If it's true that you sent me away because I couldn't have a boy, how could you forget the sex of the baby? I just made a mistake while typing. There's nothing wrong. Yes, I pushed you away because you couldn't give me a grandson. I wanted you to divorce Paul. Mom, you never kicked me out because I couldn't have a son. And now I'm certain that what the doctor told me is true. You set a trap for me? How dare you do that? Mom, enough with the lies and deceit. I won't let you manipulate me anymore. I demand to know the truth. Why are you really pushing me away? What is the real reason behind all of this? I I can't. No more evasions, Mom. I deserve to know. We've been through so much together, and I've been by your side when you needed me. I won't let you shut me out like this. Tell me what's really going on. Fine, Wendy. You want the truth? The truth is, I'm scared. I'm scared of losing my independence, my control over my own life. I see my